Hey, how's it going so far?
I'm good.
So, how's your day so far?
It's been rocky, but I mean, if you've kept up with my Instagram stories, my day's been all over everywhere. But
What'd you do so far today?
um, at school and then MMA from 3:30 ish to like 30 minutes ago, and then I came home to do this.
Now, tell me about jiu-jitsu. How did you first get into the sport?
Um, I started jujitsu at 12 years old, and then continued doing it as I've got older. I got into it because I had a really, really bad temper, and my parents wanted me to do something to relieve my temper. And one of my dad's best friends owned the jujitsu gym. So they were like, all right, we'll drop her in there and we'll see what happens. And I fell in love with it, and now I do it 6 days a week.
Now, do you plan on doing any other sports in the future other than jiu-jitsu?
So I used to do volleyball, basketball, and then I was a competitive gymnast for 8 years. But I quit doing all of that for MMA because doing it 6 days a week doesn't really leave any time for anything else. In the future, I'm looking to compete um, in MMA, Muay Thai, or boxing. I've done a few jiu-jitsu tournaments, but it's more. I'd like to do more stand up in the future.
So, what's your take on boxing?
I think it looks fun. I think that if I focused on it, I feel like I could be pretty decent. Um, I like to use my head as a catching mitt for punches, so I would definitely have to work head movement. But yeah, I feel like it would be fun.
Yeah, you don't want to get no head damage from boxing, too. You want to
No,
be moving that head and rolling, rolling.
CT is not fun.
I do boxing.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta have good head movement in the sport, or else you're gonna have brain damage. Like some of these guys walking around are like can't even speak.
yeah.
It's from getting punch drunk. That's what they call it when you take too many shots like that. So tell me about your training in jiu-jitsu.
So I train at Gorilla MMA in Albemarle, North Carolina, with Brendan and Haley Davis. I train Monday through Thursday, and then Saturdays and Sundays when I can make it to open mats. So Monday I do like an open gym type thing, and then I'll do a cardio kickboxing class for women, and then I do gi jiu-jitsu. Tuesdays is open gym, and then I'll do no gi jiu-jitsu. Wednesdays is women's jiu-jitsu, and then adult jiu-jitsu after that, so it's all jiu-jitsu that day. And then Thursdays is only striking. So my training is very well balanced. One of the things I love about Gorilla is we have everything. We have a guy that teaches Muay Thai. We have multiple like our instructors have 25 plus years of experience combined. So we have plenty of different aspects, if that makes sense.
Now, what is your favorite part about jiu-jitsu?
I love the family of jujitsu. Me and my actual family don't get along very well, so doing jujitsu kind of gave me a family. Um, that's my main support in and outside of the gym.
Now, in jiu-jitsu, where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? Say 2 years, where do you see yourself in jiu-jitsu?
2 years, I'll be 17, so probably with a blue belt. Yeah, probably a blue belt. I'm not gonna say possibly purple because it's a possibility, but it's very doubtful. Competing as much as possible because at that point I'll have my license, so I'll be able to drive myself to different events. And I'll have a job so I can pay for my own events. So probably training and competing as much as possible. Um, I'd like to be making. I'd like for my name to be out there by the time I turn 17. Just so that I can turn 18 and start getting brand deals and stuff like bigger brand deals and stuff like that.
Now, tell me about some of your achievements in jujitsu.
So at the moment in jiu-jitsu, I'm a gray belt. I went white, gray, and white, and then gray, hoping to get a yellow belt sooner than later. I've competed across the state of North Carolina. I've competed at an encounter combat tournament, tap cancer out, and then two new breed tournaments, and then I have another new breed tournament this upcoming weekend. Every tournament I've competed in, I've medaled. I have 2 gold medals, 2 silver medals, or 4 silver medals, and a bronze medal. Um, and I help teach the kids class, which is probably the most fun part of the entire thing. So
Now, do you have the medals near you so you can show them in the camera?
there's all but one right there.
Those are some nice medals. Yeah. Those are some nice achievements right there. Now, how do you feel about those achievements?
I'm very proud of myself for getting them. I also understand the fact that that's not, you cannot bring your medals onto the mat. So nobody's achievements, yes, in the world of jiu-jitsu, it'll make you look a certain kind of way. Like, I would not want to compete against somebody who was an ADCC World Trials winner, because that means they're really, really good. But that doesn't mean that you can't beat them. So those achievements mean a lot to me because I know I worked hard and earned them. But in the sense of like an egotistical kind of thing, it's not really there because there's always somebody better.
Now, for the rest of your life, is this a sport you would like to do?
Yes, I would like to start cage fighting when I turn 18. I have a couple different people I've been looking at possibly fighting when I turn 18 if they're still fighting. Um, but yeah, I'd like to be doing it for the rest of my athletic career. And then once that's over, hopefully taking over a gym or opening my own.
So, tell me more about wanting the cage fight when you turn 18.
So I've been told by my parents that I have to wait till I'm 18 to get in a cage because they don't want to see me. They don't want to have to drive me there. They don't want to have to deal with it. So when I turn 18, I can sign the waiver by myself. I can. I don't have to wear shin guards and headgear doing certain things. So therefore, it would be a lot easier to compete.
So, tell me about the discipline you have yourself as a fighter.
Um, my temper has gotten a lot better. I don't lose it immediately anymore. I still have a temper. I can't even lie and say that I don't, but my temper has gotten 10 times better. I feel like crap if I don't go to the gym. So jujitsu's made me want to get out of bed and do something. Um, and then it's more like, well, you're gonna feel like junk if you don't do this, so get up and go do something.
Now, what is your favorite part about jujitsu and your least favorite part, like you hate?
Okay, my favorite part of jujitsu is definitely the community all the way around. Um, I also like being able to manipulate other people's bodies to do what I want them to do, with grips and stuff, like being able to do an armbar or something like that. My least favorite part of jujitsu is the egos. Some of these people get in there and they walk in the door with the biggest ego ever, and I'm sitting here like, okay, leave your ego at the door because it's not needed. You can be great and amazing, but if you have an ego, it doesn't mean anything.
Now, what do your friends think about you as a jujitsu fighter?
Okay, so I have two different friend groups. I have a friend group at jiu-jitsu and I have a friend group at school. My friend group at school thinks it's weird. They don't understand why I enjoy to roll on the ground with people. They don't understand why I like being choked or why I like being punched in the face at all. Um, but the people at jiu-jitsu understand it like I understand it. They get it's a therapy kind of thing. And a few of my friends like at school have like taekwondo black belts and stuff like that, so they understand martial arts to a point, just not all the way.
Now, tell me about the pressure you deal with before a jiu-jitsu match. Like, because I'm sure you get a little bit of nervousness before going into a match.
So the nerves never go away. I've been told by many people that when the nerves go away, you're done. If you step on the mat and you don't feel nervous or scared at all, you've already failed. So my nerves have changed depending on who I'm going against. Like this weekend, I'm going against somebody I've lost, and we're right at a week out, and I'm already like, oh shit, I'm doing this. Um, but when it's going against a stranger, I don't feel nerves until day of, and then when I step on the mats, my head's clear. Like I can hear my coaches and I can listen to what they're saying. But if somebody were to be like, "Hey, Haley, so and so said this," I would be like, um, no, like I can't comprehend other than certain jujitsu things on the mat. Um, and then with competing at like events, the stress with my parents being there when they come is very high. Because I don't want to disappoint them in a sport that they don't want me to be doing anyway. But other than that, like it's fun to challenge myself with the nerves because I would rather have nerves doing that than have nerves doing something else.
So
So
tell me about some of your wins so far.
so I'll talk about the New Breed tournament I did in August. Um, I competed at New Breed in Indian Trail at the Carolina courts on August 30th, and I went against two different girls. One girl was in no gi, and the other girl was in gi. For gi, I went up, I believe it was 40 plus pounds, because there was nobody in my weight class, which 40 pounds is a lot.
And that's muscle too. That 40
Yes,
pounds is all muscle.
yes. And she, the first round, dominated completely. Was able to just lay on top and didn't even really have to use any energy, and I was using all of mine trying to get out. But then the second round, like the second and third matches, I was able to keep up, so that was good. And then for Nogi, I was able to get in and throw the girl from the second we touched hands. I was able to get my underhook and throw her, and then go immediately into an armbar and transfer into a triangle from that. So I was choking her, and that finish was 22 seconds. And then I competed against her again, which I didn't think she was going to come back, but she came back. Props to her because I would not have. Um, and I just pulled guard and caught her in an armbar again. So that was a like 14-second win, I believe.
Now they changed the New Breed medal so much
They
because
do.
I actually have one up here. This one right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, they changed it so much. Let me see yours.
let me grab it.
Yeah, they changed them a lot. They look way better now.
Yes. Um, they have, and they just released a different one that's going to be next weekend, like this upcoming weekend. So that'll be cool to add one to my collection. And I'm hoping, since I'm competing two intermediate divisions and two advanced divisions, to come home with a sword.
Oh yeah, they give swords out for the tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. If you get double gold, they in an intermediate or an advanced division, they give out swords.
Have you ever done Naga?
I haven't. I'm looking into doing a Naga tournament when they come back to North Carolina. My thing is, I compete wherever the gym goes. I try to go. I'm not trying to compete by myself. I did that at Tap Cancer Out, and it was not. It was not what I wanted it to be, especially for a first tournament. But I haven't competed at Naga. I would like to because they give out belts. So,
And they give out swords too there. If you
yeah,
come in, if you get first place, I believe they'll give. But I think they make you pay for the sword now.
that's kind of dumb.
Yeah,
It's an award.
yeah. I didn't come in first. I placed two times, but I came in the finals and
Yeah,
second place. Yeah. So hopefully you come in first when you do the
I'm
tour.
hoping. I'm hoping.
So tell me more about jiu-jitsu. Give me a deep dive.
Jujitsu was best way I can explain it is wrestling, but with submissions instead of pins. So you're working to try to choke somebody, do a joint lock or an arm bar, which is where you're taking their arm and you're pretty much going like this, and you're pushing it backward. Um, and you can do that with the feet as well to possibly break something, and the way that the match ends is they either tap or you win by points, which means you're holding a position for a certain amount of time.
Now, what are some of the drills you go over in jiu-jitsu practice when you're training?
We do a lot of rolls. We do a lot of these things called shrimps, which is literally you scooting your butt across the floor. And then
You
we
know, I
drill.
see that sometimes, like
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu fighters, when they get to like the UFC, they do that.
Yes.
You know, I
And
have a friend who actually does jiu-jitsu like you, and like in wrestling practice, he would do that and be like, "Yo, what are you doing? This is wrestling."
we also do a lot of just basic drilling submissions or basic drilling of transitions because it all starts from drilling. So if you get it in your head that you need to do something specific, you're going to get in a tournament and even in that high stress situation because I didn't expect it, but a tournament is very high stress. Um you'll react the way that they want you to.
Now, what are some of the things your coaches tell you during practice, like consistently tell you?
Like advice wise.
Yeah,
So my female instructor Haley says a lot. Head down, focus on the grind. Don't listen to the noise around you because I have a tendency to when people are talking junk around me, it sets my temper off really really quickly, and it makes me explode. She also talks a lot about, well, if you really want to get where you say you want to be, well then why are we focusing on people who are never going to get there?
I wouldn't want you to explode on somebody because you know they would be taken right down jiu-jitsu. Because some people, like, say, an ordinary person walking down the street now, that person could be anybody, a boxer, jiu-jitsu, a wrestler. You don't know. Then you start messing with that person, then you eventually find out who they are as
Yeah.
soon as they mess you up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And none I don't see any MMA fighter period, whether you do boxing, karate, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, kickboxing, none of us walk around and we're like, "Oh, we can fight. Oh, let's we that doesn't happen." So, you don't know until you're already screwed up getting ready to do something before.
Usually you see fighters, like, usually they keep their head down in situations, not try and get into an argument. But when it progresses where they have to do something, then they get involved in the situation, then obviously eventually do something.
Then you see a lot of the little like they're like sitting there just moving their head
Yeah.
up and down.
Have you ever gotten to a school fight before?
Yeah.
How'd that?
Um
Huh?
I won. Can't really go into details of what happened because I'm not too proud of myself. But yeah, a kid was pushing me and pushing me and pushing me, and I told her 3 different times to back up. And when she didn't, I used what I was taught at MMA, and it was not a good day for her.
I bet it wasn't.
It was not.
So that's all the questions I really have for you. I feel like we covered every basic and it was a good interview. Is there anything you would like to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I'll definitely have you on again in the future.
100%. Thank you for having me.
It was good to have you. I'll see you.
All right.